very determined young woman. I grew up in a male household where I learned to stick up for myself, not just with my brothers, but their annoying friends. When I left school, the first thing I bought was a blue Ford Popular. Turns out I was very popular. It was unusual for a girl to have that much independence and control. It was usually the reverse. It was always the guys that had the cars. And believe me, my brothers all had cars and motorbikes. But can you picture a carload of girls dragging off the guys at the lights? But a Ford Popular is no match for a Gudsell. So guess what car I bought next? I carted a lot of people around in that car, including a few nuns. And I kept a few guys out as well. The only person who ever jumped out of my car was my dad. And that was on one of the few occasions when he thought he could teach me to drive. But there are more important things in life than cars. My next big purchase was a sewing machine. That sewing machine was a significant tool for my creativity, and it's been a major part of my life. I was in love with fashion and design. I still am. From the age of 16, I made most of my clothes. Polyester was a happening thing. Linen trouser suits, mini skirts, seersucker shirts, hot pants. Remember those? Oh yeah, and eyeliner. You had to have eyeliner. You had to wear eyeliner to be part of that scene. I would paint it on at a friend's house. As soon as I left home, I'd paint it on at a friend's house, and I'd always take it off before I went back home. Mum encouraged me to sew. I became the go-to girl for fixing the trouser hems and the zips and for making the curtains. Why the tie skirt?
Very cold.
I made this in my 20s when I was living an alternative lifestyle on the West Coast. It is symbolic of the threads that are running through my life, and it was the first thing I thought of when I was reflecting for the photograph. I love making things from upcycled materials. Rag rugs from woolen coats from the op shop, felted jerseys and cardigans for little garments for my children. But most of all, I found some really good quality clothing and refashioned it. And I still do that. I love it. I particularly enjoy the skirt being made out of men's ties. Imagine the freedom of wearing a tie on your butt and not going to bed. The men in my family seldom wear ties. And yet I've spent decades working in the corporate world, mainly with men, every one of them with a tie. You could say I'm rebelling against the tie. It's a status symbol in a man's world. It's a symbol of conformity by men who have so much more control over things than we do, or I do. My claim on these ties is symbolic of how I've managed to find balance and an escape into a creative world in a busy work life. I've taken these 17 ties and given them a new lease of life. Go you ties! These are wide ties, popular in the 60s and 70s. 60s and 70s, yeah. Satin, silk, polyester, good old polyester. And the colours and patterns are rich and dark. This skirt is part of my life. I've worn it, my daughters have worn it. Maybe one day I'll have some granddaughters who might wear it. You don't get to this age without a few character building experiences. And I expect to have more. It's going to be fun. I'm planning on buying another Gudsell. In a few months I'll be cutting back on my work hours. There will be fewer meetings, fewer emails, fewer ties. But there will be more time and space for me to create and explore. I'm a gardener and a sculptor and a fashion maker, and I can't wait to do more. My garden features several sculptures from concrete and PowerShell. One is a big fat half column with sweeping lines of power running through it. The other is a massive big bird bath. I don't know why it was so huge, but massive bird bath with mosaicked PowerShell at the base of it. I also have 3 railway sleepers sticking vertically up out of the ground, impaled with metal objects from a farm near Martinborough. I named these the 3 absentees in honour of my 3 children who live overseas. At different times, each one has asked me, which one is me? I'm not prepared to disclose that. You have to see them. From here on in, I'm going to be doing a lot of making. I don't know if that will be concrete or power or wood or rusty metal, but I do know it won't be tiles.